大家好，我是威力频道的阿超。那今天呢，就带大家来拉斯维加斯 Luxor 酒店这个 HyperX 电竞馆去看一看。事不宜迟，我马上继续看看吧。其实今天呢，就刚好是 SNK 年尾 SWC， 就是世界决赛的名额赛。那他们今天会给出4魂和2狼的名额，挺期待的。
Exactly. So I know a couple things missing from the first iteration of the game. Still a strong character. He really did a good job making those things come together. It's still one of the best on defense. So I got to run away with it. This is Michael Watson right now. Cooper showing some signs of running slow. Possibly he's getting slipped by miscues. He's so damage to the practice. And now he's in a lot of trouble because one more person is in my head. Ladies and gentlemen, and he has the leader to take the round.
Is where we'll close this out. I would say probably the best.
All kinds of best. See what the character that everybody knows about the contest.
大家好，我现在就跟雷诺做一个简单的访谈。首先呢，就有几个问题问问他。OK， 好，第一个问题就是 ，So Reynald, you've been playing with Xiao Hai for over a decade by now. What's your earliest impression of him as a player?
I mean, Xiao Hai was very tough. Like I heard about this guy from like my friends who like knew about him, like Kane 317. When I was going to an arcade, they heard about a guy in China that like was like basically a KOF god over there, right? So I knew of his name before I even met him. As far as like my first time meeting him and playing against him, like it was, I mean, Legends. He lived up to his name basically, right? And he's gotten better, just not only in KOF but SNK games, Street Fighter as well. So he's doing work. It's for me. I think I'm actually pretty happy that he came from a game that I made, right? So that's also I feel a little proud of that,
So as you know, SWC is coming up. Who's your prediction is going to win the tournament besides you?
Besides me, I mean, ET has a really good chance. I think his Makoto Maru's been doing really well. I know he didn't place top 8 in one of the recent tournaments, but like this game's tough. It's very tough, especially once you get to a higher level. You kind of start to overthink. So I think top players right now have to like kind of reel it back a little bit and kind of adjust to their own mindset. But as far as my favorites, I mean, ET, I think, Xiao Hai, of course, and Goichi. I mean, those are really strong contenders.
So what do you think about City of Wolf currently in terms of the communities and where the game is at and everything? What you like about it and what you hate about it?
I think the game is becoming like the YOLO game where it's much slower. People are looking to, it's not necessarily react because the dashes in this game are pretty quick. But I think playing like solid neutral and solid defense is like a big key in this game. Trying to open up an opponent who's not willing to press buttons at certain times is very difficult to try to get the win on them, right? So I think once people figure out their offense, like how to properly open up somebody, I think the game will start flowing a little bit more. But I think my biggest gripe with the game is the rev guard, where you literally can just hold neutral. I mean, not even hold neutral. You're not holding neutral. Just let go of your stick and then press down to block either high or low, right? I think that's my biggest gripe with it, mainly because there's no real skill with that mechanic. You require skill to do hyper defense and just defend, but the one defensive mechanic that doesn't require skill is, I feel like they should change that. In my opinion, I feel like they should change that to more of like a push block mechanic, just so that like people have to kind of know the timing of what their opponent's doing. But that's my opinion. As far as the other mechanics are concerned, I think I don't think there are any issues with it. I actually enjoy the game still, even though it's a little frustrating because of how defensive the game is. Which is funny because there's still rev guard. You know, you could still try to overheat somebody in the game, but even that is still difficult enough, right? So there's a lot of movement options, which is good. I like movement, but as far as the way you get your meter back, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, I think it's well balanced, in my opinion.
So how target would you think is going to win SWC?
SWC?
Yeah, to me like 3 or 4.
3 or 4. So, I mean, the smart pick is Goichi, who has won every major Fatal Fury tournament up until now. So he is the man to beat. Xiao Hai is probably, believe it or not, the second one in line for that. I think ET has a strong chance to take it at SWC finals. And if I had to pick a fourth guy, it's a wild card pick. So I'm going with my boy Reynald, dude. You never know.
All right, who's your top 4 pick for winning SWC for City of Wolf?
Sería Xiao Hai, ET, Goichi, Dark.
All right, so who's your top 4 pick for winning City of Wolf at SWC?
Xiao Hai, Dark, Lakia, and Goichi.
So who's your top 4 pick for winning SWC City of Wolf?
Xiao Hai, Darangel, Goichi, Lagia.
So who's your top 4 pick for winning SWC City of Wolf?
Darangel, Loco, Goichi, Xiao Hai.
OK， 大家，我现在跟我们美国这边一位很出名的 KOF 选手 Roman 在一起，然后他同时也是这个 SNK 这个世界比赛的名额赛的主办方。Hey Roman, so say hi to everybody.
Hey, hello everyone.
Okay, Roman, so I got a couple questions for you.
All right.
Now, we all know Xiao Hai win EWC,
She actually did.
but have you ever predicted he's able to win back-to-back like that?
Well, that's a good question because Xiao Hai is really strong, especially in King of Fighters, the legend itself. But Street Fighter, that's a lot of competition as well. And guessing back-to-back winning EWC, that was the hardest.
So Xiao Hai been competing in USA since 2012, right? And you know, we all know that he's a good KOF player. But what's your first impression of his Street Fighter skills?
That was a really good tournament. I remember everybody on King of Fighters bracket, they were watching out for Xiao Hai. He entered King of Fighter 13, but what really surprised me is Xiao Hai made in top 8 for Street Fighter. He's definitely getting better, and eventually he won the EWC. Hopefully he keeps winning. He's a very strong player.
All right, Romance, as you know, EWC is coming up. And if you had to pick 4 player that's going to win EWC, who's going to be for City of Wolves?
For City of the Wolves, well, I felt that we might repeat the same final at EWC, which it was Goichi versus Xiao Hai. It could be either of those 2 guys, maybe ET or Dark Angel, Lakov.
So we all know you've been competing for SNK games since 2010.
That's correct.
And we all remember a day when 10K bonuses, it's a big deal.
Yes.
Right? The resource wasn't that great back in the day.
No, it wasn't.
Did you ever wish that you are a current player that's competing in the modern day instead of 10 or 15 years ago?
Yeah, because before, like you mentioned, I remember flying with some players, some friends like Bala, Luis Cha, Mysterio. And those trips, it was just to win $1,000. Now they have these millions and $10,000, $20,000. Definitely, I wish I could keep playing and practicing, because a lot of resources for the players, active players now.
今天还有这个 SNK 特别的饮料，这鸡尾酒点了2杯，可试一试。那好，今天呢就先大家介绍到这里。如果以后呢就对这类型的影片有兴趣的话呢，我会带大家去参观更多跟格斗游戏有关的场所，比如像电竞酒吧呀、电竞会馆呢，像今天这样子的。那在留言区呢，就给我们留言，让我们知道，如果大家对这个有兴趣的话呢，我们会制作更多相关的影片。那今天呢，就先到这里，有机会我们再见。OK， 拜拜。